right, you guys, get another ride.
I couldn't figure out what you were saying at first.
Come on, let's wait for another 2 hours to get in the Mummy.
How is the Mummy?
First of all, hi.
Hi.
Secondly, I'm dying of granola inhalation.
Did a
I'm not
granola
kidding.
truck fall in front of you?
Oh my God. Hey, by the way, breaking news. Jack, can you go to live something or another? No, the president's speaking. It's
what channel?
7, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry. Well, I just
You'll
wasn't.
make sure that the men and women of the CIA have the capabilities
And then I'll tell you about dying
and
of
skills
granola.
they need to penetrate the hard targets
Not
and denied
Al-Qaeda, but
areas
granola.
This is live?
and to get to know the enemy firsthand. He also knows the importance of investing in technologies
Why is he doing this so early?
that allow us to
What's
look and
happening?
listen better.
It's 8:45.
And he will work to ensure the agency
He-
remains on the cutting edge of
So
technological
he's
change.
elected somebody or something?
Yeah, it sounds like he's put...
As chairman of the House Select Committee on Intelligence
That guy.
since 1997,
and now he's doing
and as a
something
member
else.
of the Commission on the Roles and Capabilities of the United
President
States
Bush.
Intelligence Community,
Needs some Botox. Just
he has
between
been
you
a
and me.
leading voice on intelligence and
Yeah, I think
national
he's just
security
promoted somebody.
and
Who,
terrorism.
Fine,
though?
I'm
We're
getting
going to find out his name, right?
He's been a force
Now,
for positive change.
ladies and gentlemen,
His experience on Capitol Hill will serve him well at the CIA
what do you guys think it is?
because he's respected on both sides of the aisle
That guy?
and because
No,
he
that's
understands
Dick
the important
Cheney.
role Congress
No, it's
must
not.
play
Yes, it is.
It is?
in the effort to
I think.
improve our
Is that Dick
nation's
Cheney?
intelligence capabilities.
No, looks like his brother.
Over 15 years of
Todd.
service, Porter Goss has built a reputation as a reformer.
All right, so, well,
yeah.
He'll be a reformer at the Central Intelligence
Their
Agency.
stench. Tell us something.
I look forward to his counsel
Oh, I'm
and
sorry.
his judgments.
Like, where?
as to
Where?
how best to implement
Yes?
broader
He's announcing the new CIA director, you morons.
including-
Well, how do we know?
We just got here and it's
Supposed to do that
live.
today. I'm assuming that's what the president's doing.
Well, I
appreciate
didn't
you
know.
making
I was at the Mummy ride.
to our country.
That's right. You're stupefied from tourism.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no excuse.
How do I know? I'm in a 2-hour line for a Mummy ride that lasts about 10 seconds, but it's great, huh?
And Danny can't get online, so what would he know?
Yeah, I'm having all sorts of technological issues.
Oh, is that your thing?
Jack barked at me.
He barked at you?
Yes.
Jack, let me see your bark.
And I didn't even I asked him. I asked Stench.
I didn't bark at him, but we're here early in the morning trying to get work done. And Danny likes to run around and say, how do I get online? How do I hook my computer up? And I told him what you need to do is get a Rolodex and a day timer and just go old school because technology is not your friend.
But
Technology is not your friend.
this was in response to not asking him to do anything and saying please.
I know, but by the way, old school is more your cup of tea.
No, we've been whizzing on the computers. I don't have my computer with me.
I wouldn't
Number
even.
2 pencil.
I would, yeah, I was gonna say that. Don't even go with a day timer. I go with pen and paper.
Yep.
How about a trapper keeper?
No, because
No.
you don't know what that is.
You couldn't handle a trapper
You
keeper.
could, yeah.
I've gotta-
you know what? Stench, you're
I
right.
gotta find
you
some middle
couldn't
ground.
handle a trapper
I
keeper.
gotta find some middle ground between computer and trapper keeper.
Yes.
Look, everybody, we have a
Mark Driscoll,
hi. How are you?
a legendary radio guy
I know.
right there.
Come on in. You can come on in. You can come on. I know. You know what? It's funny. Hi, Happy. You want to use one of these microphones? Because you know what's funny is that when I was in Kansas City, he did our voices as well. Wow.
Do you know Mark Driscoll? I've used your name several times when they talk about things you have done in radio, and
I don't want to know.
I thought, who would I be embarrassed to see? Who saw me in my worst possible shape?
Was this the man?
Be Mark Driscoll.
No.
Oh.
You weren't in your worst possible
Yeah, I was.
shape.
That's as bad as it got, man. It never got worse than that year.
Nah, you were a happy guy.
No, you know what?
I
It's
was
funny.
on mountains of crack cocaine, Mark.
Oh, my God.
Well, okay, so you were a happy guy.
Was he happy? Were you happy when you did that?
I don't
stuff?
know. I was hallucinating, and I thought the cops were after me, and it turned out I was right.
It's funny because I've never seen Mark Driscoll, but he's done voices everywhere
Right.
I've been, and we would take your outtakes. Very nice.
You would take his outtakes?
His outtakes, and he'd get all pissed off.
Outtakes. Hey, I don't know if I should be in here because I'm over at K-Big, and
Well, that's our
Art
sister
Volo
station.
is in here shooting.
Who?
And maybe I can get Art Volo to come and shoot you guys.
You know what? That's
But
cool.
I gotta tell you, Jamie,
Yes, I
you
know.
are dynamite.
Don't be disgusting, Driscoll. Don't be disgusting.
You're
For God's
scaring
sakes,
me.
I work here. I used to be embarrassed if I was going to see him. I'm all good now.
No, it's just funny because I mean,
You know, I do Kiss Up in Denver, too.
Well, we're on there right now. Tell the nice people hello.
Hello, Kiss Denver.
Yeah, but do it
Going
like
on
you
some
do.
stacks of wax.
95.7.
Let's see. I'm trying to think.
95.7. Right?
Let's see. Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. Is there a Rocket
Is that who
Man?
you-
Well, that's the.
No, I don't think we have a
the
Rocket
production
Man.
guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
And
Right.
and of course
JoJo.
JoJo.
JoJo on the radio.
JoJo.
Right, right.
And
Jim Lawson.
the PD, Jim Lawson.
Right, and his lovely wife Trish had a baby.
Trish and the
love
baby
them.
Yeah,
is
we used to be on there until
what,
about this
6
very
months,
moment.
4 or 5, 6 months old now.
I think the kid's 12. No, the kid is 12 years
no,
old.
no,
I'm telling you, he's voting for Bush.
No.
No, I know. The kid's like, I don't know, 8, 9 months.
I just wish that, and I don't mind saying this. I
Good.
just wish that Jim would regrow his hair.
Regrow it, like start all over?
He looks like a nerd.
Oh, my God.
Coming at you live from Los Angeles. Jim
I
Lawson.
may not be working on Kiss anymore.
Looks like a big nerd.
Well, no, you know what? That's okay because Danny and Stanch and Jack feel the same way.
Roger is the guy
Yeah, Roger.
I just wanted to help with my.
that calls himself Rocket Man on his
Sometimes I go,
Email.
Roger, like that. It's funny. People laugh.
Roger Dodger.
So, I mean, they did once. What? I hear you.
Good. And when he gets angry, he really.
Oh,
just-
yeah. That gets me
bastard,
yummy.
He.
Oh,
you
yummy.
know,
What, Jack?
Oh, I'm just listening.
Oh, what? I
I
thought.
know. I was just listening to all of my favorite Kiss people. I love that. You know.
Tonight on UPN.
My favorite
Maurice
Kiss.
and promotions.
Who?
Maybe I
Maurice
should
and
go
promotions.
and let's
No,
just
but
visit
there's-
everybody.
There's like something sparkly under your shirt.
Yeah, he's wearing a. I commented on
Well,
that.
it's actually a blinking guitar.
Wow, they're nice.
See,
over
I
there.
actually
Yeah,
thought it was
that's
your
a good-
pacemaker
That's
and was
not-
embarrassed to ask.
Well, at least it's
Oh,
fancy.
what great shoes!
Why? Thank you. Thanks so much. They're pink.
It's a guitar that blinks,
yeah.
but I like it underneath my shirt.
Can you stand very close to a microwave, or do you just like fritz right out?
I know he's got a nice
Yeah.
I know. I thought maybe.
Pacemaker.
a pacemaker.
Hey,
It's
I
my third
guessed it.
one.
It's
But
your
you
second
know what?
one?
Third.
Third.
Dude, stop moving around so much. You're burning out your pacemakers.
Why?
No,
What
I fell
happened?
off a 150-foot cliff.
Why?
It was supposed to be. The
drinking with the
ground
Bonadici.
gave out.
His ex-wife pushed him off.
No, my ex-wife left before that.
Oh, good. Were you trying to commit suicide? Were you actually jumping or something?
No, the ground gave
Yeah,
out.
no, the bitch left. Why would he kill himself?
Well, and I want to know, did you do your big voice? Well, oh my God, I'm falling.
I can't believe I'm gonna die.
You don't know how many bones I broke.
How many? Can we play guess the how many?
Amazing. I had
I'm gonna
14
say-
concussions. Ruptured,
In one
ruptured,
fall?
Spleen.
ruptured,
Spleen.
what you call it?
Spleen.
No.
Spleen.
Oh
Oh
what do
boy.
you call this?
This is your
Solar
sternum.
plexus, sternum.
Yeah,
So-
ruptured
And
sternum.
14 concussions.
Well, no.
Broke my leg.
I love that guy,
half
Howard Sternum.
like that, and twisted both my ankles.
You didn't break
Okay,
your hip,
wait,
did ya?
Wait.
Didn't break my hip.
Danny,
Didn't
Danny,
break my hip.
I like that the guy almost dies and he throws in 2 twisted ankles.
Yep. I had a spear through my eye and a hangnail.
And a shattered in 22 pieces knee.
Wow.
That's a lot of pieces.
My.
And then the Radio Trade Magazine
Right.
started saying that I was dead.
Oh, those bastards.
They really
They were
are.
right.
I mean, you know. But I really, really love your show.
Thank you.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you very
Because
much.
I work with Charlie and those guys at K-Big.
Yeah.
We love them. Charlie Tuna, legend.
Oh, Danny and Charlie, it's
Right.
it's like a homo thing.
We are very,
Yeah,
very close.
yeah, they pee together. They
We are
do.
very close.
They hold each
You're
other's
just
wanky.
amazing. All of you.
Oh.
I don't want to interrupt
Mark
anymore.
Driscoll, ladies and gentlemen.
7.
You know, the thing that went on just a couple seconds ago about this guy that comes in and he's like a legendary voice guy.
Driscoll, yep.
And what's funny is everybody has stories about him.
Yep.
And it reminds me of yesterday, in the show, somewhere in the show, we were talking about the neighbors that everybody thought shot their wife. Or
Right.
blah, blah. Maybe, just maybe, none of this is true.
Wrong.
Oh. I didn't see any of it.
I did.
So did Stench. In fact, Stench tells a story while y'all were listening to that song about how they just left him in a room because he wouldn't wake up, and they just turned off the lights, didn't you?
He wouldn't wake up. He's got like narcolepsy or something.
Yeah, that's what they're calling it these days.
Or he was really out of it.
And they just left him in a room, turned off. I thought that was really nice. Did you guys give him a blankie?
No, and he was mad at the production guy the next morning when he
woke up?
finally tracked him down.
Uh-huh.
Is that he was like, I can't believe you left me in there. Dude, we were standing next to him screaming, wake up! And I'm a little loud.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. He wouldn't move.
Yeah. So it is true, I guess. I was doing that, maybe it's like your neighbors. You always hear those
No.
urban legends about your neighbors.
No, I've seen stories of this guy firsthand.
Yeah, me too.
He's an OG.
What's that?
I'm an original gangster.
Yes, he is.
I don't know that one.
And then one time he showed up at the radio station, and you have security where you have to buzz through and talk and all this
Right.
stuff. He was maybe a little out of it.
Maybe.
And when they were saying hi, who is it at the buzzer? He just kept saying, I'm the voice. And they're like, who is it? And he wouldn't say who he was or who he was there to see. He thought he was being funny. And they called the police.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, well, it was all straightened out by the time he got there.
okay.
But
I'm the voice.
yeah, that's all he would
and
say.
He, in fact, is the voice, man.
Oh.
And so maybe he doesn't remember you all jacked up.
Maybe he didn't seem to because he actually was very concerned for my well-being and called people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So maybe he doesn't remember.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So that's good.
Yeah.
That guy doesn't remember from 1975 to 1990, I'd say.
Then I'm good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so maybe
Because I met him in 88.
All right.
maybe you two cancel each other out. He's at the window again. You talk to him.
Hi, Driscoll. How you doing? You can come in if you want to come in, sure. Oh, that's going to be weird, man.
Oh, you get it? Oh, boy. Hey, Stench, come here.
What's up, Driscoll?
I want my camera. I wanted to get a shot with you guys.
You wanted to do a shot with us? Looks like you're a couple up already.
I don't think so. It's just early.
It is
is
early.
early.
Yep, it is.
Or later than you think, depending on how you look at things.
Hey, so, we were just talking about how we've all heard stories about you, and that guy right over there, the one I'm pointing to,
I have been at a few high-profile radio stations in my day that Mark Driscoll was the voice of.
and he said that you fell asleep in a production room, and they were trying to wake you up, and then they just turned off the lights.
And we left you there.
Bastard.
We tried to wake you up for an hour. PLJ.
No, that was your kids.
Can we just try and narrow the playing field of places that Mark Driscoll has passed out?
This was in New York City. This was in New York City, and we
Yeah.
couldn't wake him up.
What do we do with this guy, Jack?
That was great.
Mine too, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Here.
That was back in the 90, 91.
I can't remember.
I'm with you, Driscoll.
But it was after. Was it after you?
I don't know what was after me because
When were
it would
you,
become,
Danny?
After me. 1988 to 1990.
Yeah, this was
Oh,
all.
no, I volunteered in 1990. Oh, it was right when we went to the Persian Gulf.
Yeah, it was all during that time.
Jack, what did
Because I was here in LA, we had stories at the Pirate because you were the big pirate voice.
I did the
and
pirate
then I was in
thing.
New York at the PLJ, and
I
that's
was
where
the
he fell
first
asleep.
morning man at Rockin' Stereo.
He's old school.
Hot stuff.
Damn right, Driscoll.
Yeah.
So how's that kid Charlie Tuna
Hurry
doing?
up and get on with it so we can get some pictures.
Okay. All right.
Because we are paid to have our pictures taken.
Damn right, I know I am, because I'm the voice.
Yes, you are the voice then.
Didn't I grow a set of pipes since I saw you last? Look at me go.
2 packs
Okay,
a
don't.
day.
He's staring at you.
You sound like Tony Robbins.
I do sound like Tony Robbins. The guy with the big teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
Touch
don't
the
have
giant
big
within or
teeth.
something.
And the beard's different.
Yeah.
And you're short and ugly.
Yeah. But aside from that, twins.
Danny has a couple of kids.
I I know. I hear him talk about him.
They're not his. Mario Lopez next studio. That one's probably his.
The blonde one, are you crazy?
Yeah.
That's Edgar Winter is that kid's dad.
Jack, any questions for Driscoll?
No, I'm just, I think Stench had a lot he really wanted to talk
I
about.
want to know about Bonaducci stories because you had Bonaducci in the heyday of Bonaducci-isms.
Yeah, Danny Bonaducci to me was always a nice guy. And I'm not blowing smoke. I mean, he never did anything to hurt me.
That's true. That's very true. No, you never did anything to hurt me. I
We
never
talked
did
about
anything to hurt you.
karate a lot.
Yeah.
And I think we both sort of looked at each other like, well...
No, I distinctly remember calling you in the middle of the night when I had a lot of alcohol and women of ill repute in my home, and I thought, I need I thought, I need someone to play with. I've heard stories about this Mark Driscoll guy. He'll come over, and I called you in the middle of the night because I had drunk chicks of ill repute, and you said, Danny, are you all right? And I thought, this guy's no party.
Who are you to judge, Mark?
Well, he was probably sober that moment, and I wasn't. I had strange women in my house.
I don't think so.
What you got going on there, Mark?
I got a camera here. I want to get a picture.
It's a
of,
disposable cam, and you look a tad confused by all the moving parts.
Yeah, no, I have to turn a little light on there, and as long as
There
we're
we go.
on the air...
You're a lot like Danny.
Yeah, boy, that's a good one.
Hey, can you get me on AOL? Jack yells at me.
That's a good one.
Oh, come on. Will you look at me? Thank you very much.
You want me
All
to
right.
take a picture of you all together?
Yes.
Here.
Yeah.
Does
Can
this
we do
remind
this?
anybody of that day Mike was on, except without the witty repartee?
Here, get together.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right.
There we go.
Hey, you guys, enjoy this moment that we're all going to... Ow. Wow.
There's Johnny.
Very nice. There we go.
Thank you, Mark. There's your
There
camera.
you go.
All right, we got to get back on the air.
Go.
We'll see you later, buddy.
Adios.
All right, here we go.
All
8
right.
after the hour. Star 98.7 Kiss in Denver. Looks like it's going to be a little cloudy today. Check out the 101. It's really all jammed up.
Why are you trying to do real radio stuff? We don't do that.
Just because I wouldn't think it
You're
looked
trying
like
to
I could.
impress Driscoll.
No, I was trying to pretend
I
we'd
got
been a
what he was
commercial.
doing. I got
dick.
what you were doing.
Thank you.
I thought
You
Danny,
did-
because he's an old PD, I figured Danny's trying to snap up and show that he's doing the old radio stuff.
Oh, no,
One of
he
us-
was trying to
Thank
do...
you. Yeah, two of
that,
us were
like,
trying to do the new radio
Yeah,
stuff. You
like-
might want to check into it.
Like we were on the air and he's got to go.
You're on the air.
Hence me saying, hey, we got to go back on the air right now, and then doing a traffic report in Denver.
Well, actually, you said the 101, so you would have said I-25.
Stench just looks at me and goes, but we were on the air.
And I told him before
Oh,
he
boy.
came in, we're on the air.
Oh, boy. I got
yeah,
you
let
know
it go.
what?
Yeah, you got me. As long as you have me.
I
that's
think he was over in Driscoll land for a
Yeah.
second. He drew you in, dude. All right, so I think that we should do this.
Lock
Start
the door.
over.
Yeah. Jack, do you have that original, the very beginning thing? Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we're just going to start it all over. What do you think
I
about
think
that?
that's a brilliant idea. Morning.
My
Excuse me.
God.
Still got a little morning in my chest there.
It's like I'm way, way early.
Yeah. So what's been happening?
I'm glad you asked.
All right, tell me all about it. You still got tourists in town, yeah?
Yes, got the family town. First of all, today on the show, we're those of us are going. I don't know, how is it? We're gonna have Whitney from Amish in the City.
Amish in the city.
Is Whitney the one that was originally scheduled?
No, it's a guy, like a party planner.
It's amazing what alcohol will do to people, huh?
Yep. The party planner is out planning his own party, apparently.
So we have Whitney, and also we have Rachel, who is going to be in our studio. She's the chick from Love or Money last night.
Good, we can ask her questions about Mike.
Yeah, Mike actually came in second last night.
Yeah, did he?
Yep, he came in second place, and he had $1. Yeah.
It's okay.
But the weird part is, remember a long time ago?
I think I know where he spent it.
Please, we gave him free alcohol. Wow, that is like, there's a lot of alcohol stuff going on, huh?
There really is.
The Amish guy didn't show up because he was hungover and passed out, and they couldn't find him when we had him scheduled last week.
Mike did show up because he was hungover and drunk, and we could find him.
Yeah, and then he drank all the alcohol at about 6:30, starting about 6:30 in the morning in the green room.
Right.
And continued, and then, boy, it felt like maybe I was dreaming. We had a little alcohol incident earlier.
There was no earlier in my day.
No earlier.
That stench is wasted.
And anyway, I also want to talk to her. She gave up $1 million for a guy last night.
She's an idiot.
Well, that's what I was saying. You remember the all the hubbub, if you will, about indecent proposal?
Yeah.
And how Demi Moore went there, but then she didn't do it.
And he gave the money to a hippopotamus. Yeah, she did it.
She did do it?
Yeah.
And so it was the whole thing. The only thing I would say, obviously, if I'm truly, truly, truly in love, and we don't have to get into it now because she's coming later, but if I was truly, truly, truly in love, obviously there's not enough money in the world, I mean, you'd give it up.
$600,000, Dante. He's yours.
Nice. He was a little bit of a brat. How about $450?
Oh, that's boo. Dante's still adorable.
Anyway, so, yeah, if you're truly, truly, truly.
I guess.
Yeah. But she didn't know this guy that long.
Right.
In my opinion, she didn't know him long enough to give up $1 million.
Well, here's my theory.
3 weeks.
And I have not really watched the show, but here's my theory on it.
Right.
There's a contract that says if you pick this guy over the money, and I'm making this up, that if you pick this guy over the money, you can have no physical contact with them for, say, a year. So they said, if it's real love, I'll take the $1 million and see you in a year.
She didn't take the $1 million.
That puts a hole in my theory, doesn't it?
And supposedly it's forever. If you take the money, you're contractually bound to never see this person. I mean, that's what they say in the show.
Can you do that?
I don't
know.
think so.
God.
What if you run into him at the market?
Gotta give the $1 million back.
No, it's much like being on parole. A lot of times you just can't help it. I asked.
Well, that Mary Kay Letourneau or whatever, she's going back to court so she can see the lover.
I told my
12-year-old hottie.
One of my terms of probation was that I could not be within 500 feet of anyone else on probation or parole.
Uh-huh.
And I said, how the hell am I supposed to know? And they said, well, if you don't know, you don't know. And he said, you'd be surprised. If you're on a full airplane, there's at least 5 people on probation or parole on that plane.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad boys out there.
That's funny because last night I got pulled over by the police.
You did?
Yeah.
What for?
Making a U-turn. I didn't even see the damn bastard.
Isn't that what you got busted for in whatever town it is you hated for a while?
Torrance,
yeah.
Yeah.
What's with you and illegal U-turns?
Well, that one with the U-turn there,
yeah.
I just kind of slipped into the other kind of little lane to get into the gas station. You know what I mean? Like right before the big concrete slab, I went,
So you did a super hard left and a pull in, not a full U-turn.
I didn't do that one, yeah. But the other one I did last night, I did a full U-turn turn. Because it's like 1 a.m., there's nobody around, and I'm on a side street. Otherwise, I have to go 4 more blocks out of the way. We're all exhausted. We're dying. I have to get up in 4 hours, 3 actually. And so I just made a UE, and then I get pulled over. I'm like, oh no.
Did you get a ticket?
Nope.
How come?
I don't know. And I didn't have the right little sticker on my car. I went like this. Blink, 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 blink.
And it worked?
It did work.
Do you want to know something tragic I'm planning?
But wait, because can I tell you something? Yeah. So the reason why I bring this up is that he's like, do you have your this? I go, you know what? Actually, my sticker that says that, I'm good until like 2008 is on my counter. If you want to follow us to the house, it's right there. And he didn't want to play any kind of,
No, they never follow you.
Yeah, he didn't want to play any games. He was just bitchy. And then they called in and they're like, she's fine. And then he looks at me and goes, so, Miss White, how many times have you been arrested in the last 5 years? And I just started laughing. I go, never. He goes, okay, have a great day.
Wow. That's random.
I know. Why would they ask that?
I have no idea.
Is that the weirdest thing?
I don't think I've been asked that.
He was like, he had my driver's license. He's like, how many times have you been arrested in the last 5 years? I'm like, never.
Yeah, because security guards don't count, right?
Well, I've been arrested by a lot of security guards.
Yeah, that's different. Me too. They don't count.
I was technically in handcuffs, but never arrested.
By the police?
Yeah, remember?
I know. I thought it might have been security guards. I forgot.
No, it was Beverly Hills PD.
Aren't you technically arrested at that point and then set free?
You're being held.
No, held.
It's not arrested.
They never said I'm placing you under arrest.
Well, then you had that guy.
Yeah. And then he said, have a... Alrighty then, here's the deal. We're talking about love and all that crap and the fact that Rachel gave up $1 million for a guy she's only known for, Jackie, you think it's 3 weeks?
I think it was 3 weeks.
Yeah, so she's given up $1 million for a guy that she supposedly loves so much after only 3 weeks. Now, I will say that there were a couple people in my life that it seemed like after 2 or 3 weeks, I was madly in love with them.
Right. I'm with you on that 100%.
You know, that crazy where you can't stop thinking about him, breathing without, you know, that whole thing. And so, I mean, we'll talk to her about this, but I mean, I guess that's why, because she's having that moment.
That moment, right.
But then some of those people that you thought that you were madly and crazy in love with, turned out you didn't know them at all and they were stupid.
Right.
You know?
In the beginning, I'd have traded Gretchen in on $1 million. I mean, I wouldn't have traded her in for $1 million.
Well, which was it?
Then I would not have.
Okay.
In the beginning, when I first fell in love with her.
And now
Then
what?
there was like 3 or 4 years where I could have been bought.
Yeah, right.
Then now, and forgetting the love thing, I'm just far too involved. You can't just go, yeah, I'm sorry, honey, I'm leaving the wife and kids for cash. At a certain point, you just become the scum of the earth to accept money. I just don't think 3 weeks into it, you've gone that far.
Well, it's funny because somebody wrote me an email. Where the hell it is, I don't know. But I'll just kind of go by memory because I'm a memorizer.
Right.
And it was something like, it was the same kind of thing. Like, at first, you're totally in love. And,
Breathless.
Right. And at my age, what I want is someone to take more control in the relationship.
Right.
You know, kind of, I don't want to be the mom,
Right.
if you will, in the relationship. And then as you get older, this is according to this email, as you get older, because she was older than me, you want a man that'll be passive because you're just so tired of the battles when you're in your later 40s, 50s, whatever. You're so sick of the battles that you wished you would have married a man that was passive so you can just do your own thing.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much with everybody, though.
I think that's funny.
I just happened to say this about myself the other day, but I think this is more neuroses than love for anything. I was talking to Darren, my partner in business, and Gretchen, my partner in life. And I said, do you know why I make the perfect partner? Because I always think the other person is right.
Oh, right. That's right.
I go, okay, you're right. If it's anything important, I just think, well, I make terrible decisions. You people must be right.
Well, she also writes that it says, I have found out throughout my 40 years that at different stages in your life, you need certain things from a man and yourself. Oh, and then she says, at my age, Jamie's age, 35 and younger, it's her opinion that you want a man that's around you all the time, there for you and curled up with you and all that stuff. And she's saying at her age, she really wants a guy that isn't around too much at all.
How old is this woman again?
Well, she says 40 years, but she's 50, I think.
What was 10 years just a write-off, a do-over?
Well, no, because she said that like her first boyfriend she thought was at 10.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so since 10 years old.
God, and that's when it was the worst. Not when you were a kid. Remember your first couple of loves? Oh, God. Even summer
I was
loves.
gonna die.
Remember when you'd meet a girl or a boy on like vacation or something?
Oh, dreamboat.
And you'd go, that's it. I'm running away from home and we're going to live here in the Alps or wherever the hell we were.
And what
Big
stopped
Bear.
us? Because some of them did.
Oh, well, I was 12.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, well, I was too, but some of the 12-year-olds run away and they try this.
I think what stops them, us, is some sort of sanity. The 12-year-old that runs away for the summer love is wrong.
I think it was the being afraid of my dad.
But I mean, when you see people in high school and their parents are against it and they're going to get married anyway because our love is true, don't you just look at them and go, idiot, you have no idea.
I do, but I also remember that crazy love, and especially when people are against it, it's like, well, you know what? We're going to make it no matter what.
Right. But rarely have I seen that work.
Yeah.
Rarely have I seen children marry and it stays forever.
I agree.
And if that were the case, if more of them did, half of the daytime talk shows would be off the air.
And not that I want to sound really old, but back in the day, Dan, but our grandparents, I think they were all little kids, seems like, when they got married.
Yeah, I don't think life had the options back
Well,
then it does
that's
today.
the thing is our life expectancy, I think,
Right.
wasn't as long. Anyway, all right, so we'll talk about that. And I don't know. It's just, here's the story that I wanted to read to you because I'm not following this all the way.
Okay.
And it's absolutely positively ripped from the Associated Press.
Okay.
It says a young Greek couple described as love-struck and inseparable fought over who could play solitaire on their computer.
Right.
Now they're at separate hospitals after apparently jumping off the same balcony. The woman, who is a member of the Greek Olympic team, judo team, plunged to the ground on Saturday. She was listed Monday in critical condition.
3 stories, right?
I'm sorry?
I think it was 3 stories up.
Yeah. On Monday, the boyfriend jumped from the same third-floor balcony. He's on life support at an Athens hospital. Friends are shocked that the fight escalated so quickly and with such tragic results. So, here's my question. They got in a fight over who could play solitaire. I want to play solitaire, blah, blah, blah. So somebody's playing solitaire. Did she stand on the ledge? I'm just asking because I can't follow it. Did she stand on the ledge? If you don't let me play solitaire, I'm going to jump, damn you.
And he just said, jump.
And he said, you know what? I dare you. And then she jumped, and then he felt really bad and jumped after her.
Right.
Do you think that's it?
No, that's not what happened because I have a different version of the story if I remember correctly.
Okay.
She jumped.
Uh-huh.
He did not jump. He tried to jump, and his parents dragged him off the balcony. He jumped at a later date, according to the story I've got.
Oh, yeah. She plunged to the ground on Saturday. On Monday, the boyfriend jumped. In honor? You think?
I don't know, but believe me, if you and I ever get a suicide pact going, you go first.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I'd never keep my end of that bargain.
I would have to say, I mean, I've been in love, but somebody jumps, I don't think I'd jump. Well, I guess it's guilt. I guess what we have there is a case of guilt. He probably challenged her, go ahead, jump, you stupid bitch.
Right.
But only in Greek. And I don't know how that really works out. But
But I would never jump as a way to go. Never.
Me neither. Especially 3 floors.
Sleep. Yeah, because they've got such a bad chance. You got to go like head first.
Well, yeah, and I told you a long time ago, because having been married to an orthopedic surgeon.
I wonder if Driscol plays solitaire.
They have a number of bones per floor.
Is that right?
That they know will break, statistically.
Like hips, if you land
No,
on your
not the
feet?
type, the number.
Oh,
yeah, like
wow.
statistically, they have the number of bones that you'll expect to break each floor.
Wow.
And that was 3, so she's in critical and he's on life support. Ooh.
Yeah, these guys really meant it. They didn't just jump off for show. They did dives.
So is that the ultimate love? If somebody you see people that shave their head, for somebody that has cancer, whatever, it'll grow back. But if somebody jumps and now is really hurt and he follows in her footsteps.
I think
Greek tragedy.
Maybe it's a Greek tragedy. I have got to say, and I've said this before, the biggest display of love I've ever seen is the girl
It's a big diamond.
No, the girl that shot me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a big diamond.
No.
Yes, that's the biggest. Let me just tell you, as a girl, all you boys, biggest display of love, big diamond. Oh, that means really you love us a lot.
When Lori shot me, I thought once I realized I wasn't going to die and once I realized I wasn't going to kill her, I thought, wow, that chick really loves me.
Aw, but she shot you to hurt you.
She shot me to kill me, I think.
But I mean, to hurt you, I don't know if that's love.
Well, you got to think about what she was willing to put on the line. First,
she wasn't thinking, though.
She shot. Well, no, she had calmed down because first she shot the closet door that the other woman was hiding behind. And then she kind of calmed down and had a little bit of a conversation with me and then shot me in the armpit.
Now, I hate to burst your ego bubble.
Yeah.
But the problem is she was more enraged at the other woman, and this is more passion about the other woman than you because she was so angry and pissed off about the other woman. Sorry. But I don't think it was like that she was showing you how much she loved you.
Well, she was dragged away later. We got back together. Totally. Like a year later, she was dragged away in a straitjacket. So you might have a point.
So you might want to draw within a different kind of.
No, I'm just gonna go with she loved me enough to spend the rest of her life in prison.
I would say for you, and you might want to go with this one because it's really romantic. But you can change up. The shot one is total guy.
Yeah.
But that my wife would have our children together. That we would become one. That is hot.
I like it that the chick shot me. It's a way better story.
Jack, when did you know somebody really, really loved you? Like the most anybody had ever showed you that they loved you? Because it wasn't the chick that had your kid.
I don't know. I'll tell you when it happened.
Because that was kind of a mistake. You know what I mean?
She didn't have to have it.
Well, no, that's true. But I mean, they didn't all of a sudden together
Right.
decide this beautiful child's going to come. By the way, good move, because the kid is awesome.
Good snag.
Yeah.
And I don't know if at that moment, because you guys were terrified, it was still like, oh my God.
Right.
But maybe now, maybe the ultimate love is when you guys are all sitting there together and you're like, wow.
Oh, yeah. I definitely think my wife is the only person who's actually really loved me. Like, all those other girls that I was hung up on didn't really like me that much at all. As you look back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's true. It's no big deal.
Are you sure,
You know
Jack?
what? You know what's weird? None of it's a big deal in the end.
No. when
Once it's all over, and depending on how long it's been over, it's eventually no big deal.
Right.
I think there are still some that you really thought, my God, that person loved me a lot.
Yeah, but is it still a big deal to you?
Yes.
Anybody besides FP?
Yes.
Wow. For me, it's like, shut up.
And actually, FP is more of a shut up now.
Oh, yeah?
Isn't that weird?
Now, to me,
is weird.
any other girl, and I like loved Vanessa, the one that left me for my friend. I mean, she was the one I couldn't eat the one time, right? That one girl. Be like, are you kidding me? Vanessa.
You never remember?
Oh,
You
never.
I don't blame her. If I came home, he said that his wife didn't believe that he had done this. If I came home and, well, first of all, if I had a husband
Right?
and I came home, that would be weird
That would be weird.
in so many ways. Anyway, if I came home and.
Especially if it was your husband.
Yeah, exactly. Right, because I'm not used to that. Other people's fine. Anyway, and I came home and our watermelon was all balled up and put into a little watermelon boat.
Yeah.
She thought that you bought it.
Cut fancy, too. The watermelon was cut all like angles and stuff.
Zigzaggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
And then it was filled with melon balls. It was perfect.
Were
Okay.
you smoking pot?
No, I was cooking. I cooked a whole dinner on
That's not cooking,
Sunday.
that's cutting.
No,
That's
that
still
was part
groovy.
of my presentation. And on the plate, it was surrounded by grapes to cover up the rest of the plate that I threw away later.
That's-
No one ate the grapes, but it was
that's awesome.
presentation.
Yeah, you know what you can do? It's not hard to do. You do the
It's your
zigzag
friend.
thing, but
Yeah.
instead of cutting it all the way in half, cut it like most of the way on one side, the most of the way on the other side, and then around, and you make a handle, and it looks like a basket.
Oh, that's cool.
Could you
that cool?
two
Yeah.
homos just
Isn't that
stop?
cool?
This was a personal watermelon. It was a real small one. It wasn't like a huge effort because it was like a little bigger than a
Oh, he's
softball.
telling you how to make a basket.
That's cool. You can do that with a bigger
Have
one.
you seen it? Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah, I
about?
know what you're talking about. I've seen
Looks
that.
bitchin'.
And then I took the little melon baller and I balled it, filled it up. It was great, and I laughed at you.
Why do you have this kind of time?
I was cooking on Sunday. I was doing a whole thing.
Yeah, it's a Sunday thing.
He's got 2 kids and a wife. How do you have time to ball a melon?
I was going to make
Hey.
dinner, but was all alone. Everyone was gone. I was home alone making dinner.
And where were they?
My wife was visiting her grandma,
Oh.
who is far away. Bye-bye.
Because we asked, I don't know why we got on this, but we were talking about dinner last night, and he said that he had a nagging wife for dinner.
Right.
Jeez.
I've never had that.
I have a lot.
Is it tasty?
No. Not tasty at all.
No, it's not tender. Not tender at all.
Not tender, not tasty.
So what's last night's issues?
Oh, it was anything I opened my mouth. Finally, in the middle of dinner, I said, "Oh my God, can I say anything? Will you just shut up?"
Don't you hate that?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm just not going to talk anymore. That way you can't argue with me.
We don't have that kind of thing at home, but I made the mistake of telling Gretchen too many days in a row when I get home she looks tense. So, you have
Well, that's like you look tired and you're not tired.
well, she was tense. I was right. She copped being tense, but she did not like that I was saying her facial expressions were that of an angry woman.
But you don't like that. And like,
No, I don't like
I don't
that.
like to be told how I look
Don't
or I
look
should
tense.
do this. And I don't want to, I won't tell you you look bad or you're this, and don't tell me. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, does she tell you look bad?
All the time.
That's not nice.
All the time. Or this, or you're getting fat again, or da-da-da. Well, guess what? If you're getting fat again, the first idiot that knows it is you because you see yourself naked in the mirror every day. No one knows they're getting fat more than the person that's getting fat.
Right.
So no need to ever say that to a person. If you do, you're a complete a-hole and should be punched in the mouth.
Well, you know what, though? Wow.
Morning. How's it
Wow.
going? Nice to
Wow.
see you.
No, but I'm just
Wow.
saying. And then, like, I don't like your clothes. I don't like this. And da-da-da.
But you know
It's like,
what?
shut up.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
You knew that she was like that.
No.
Yes, because I remember that you
gets
dated.
better.
No, I remember when you were dating. You just forgot because you were still like stooping all the time, and then you lost. You didn't care.
That stooping all the time stuff can
It'll
blind
make
a
you
guy.
blind, yeah. So I remember she was like, "Don't cut your hair. Don't wear those out." Remember, she was still. You let her be this way to you.
Well, no, because I put the hammer down when it starts getting. I just go crazy like I did last night.
And how'd that go?
Then I stopped talking to her. That's the end.
I hate it when people don't.
I won't talk to her again. It was like, if we got nothing.
I'm
to say,
never
I
going
don't
to
wanna
talk to her again.
No, I hate it when they all do that. I do it too. When couples don't talk, we've talked about this. It's like, it gets so stupid.
I'm incapable of it.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Or you're going to wear that or blah, 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 blah.
See, now I
hear
never
that crap all the time.
get that you're going to wear that ever.
You should.
Because I
Out of
know
all of us?
I dress in the dark at 4 a.m. What happens is I come home and she says, "You wore that." I get in reverse
Yeah.
because I dress while she's asleep, and then I come home and she goes, "You went to a public place like that?"
Oh.
They're never going to
Well,
recite
okay,
you.
here's a question for y'all then. Are we not supposed to tell you? I mean, do you not want us to say anything about your wardrobe? Or if you look ridiculous?
Because I have hobbies and I think clothes are funny, I will often ask, "Is this too much? Is this too over the top?"
Yeah, why? That's a good idea, Stench. Why don't you just ask her?
I don't dress over the top. I'm not Danny in costume. It's I would. It's input, but it's really how you give your input. Like I would like if you say, you know what, like a black shirt, your black shirt, would look better with that than that or that. Or you gave some sort of constructive criticism.
Oh.
But when you just like, oh my God, go change. You look like crap. We don't want to hear that.
See, with me, it was.
It's how you
I
say
had
it.
28 bracelets or something like that on my arm, and I could barely lift it. And I said, "Is this too over the top?" And she said,
You know what I think it is?
"What?
Women might be slow killers of love.
Really?"
Two things. Let me explain. First of all, Stench was talking about how, and we've talked about this a million times, how women can look at their husbands and go, "You're going to wear that? Oh my God." Or "You're getting fat." Or, we can slam
Can say anything,
anything. And we slam the bejesus out of you.
right?
And I don't know if it's because you guys have put up this front that it won't hurt your feelings anyway, because you've never said, here's the thing. Stench has never stopped down and said, "That really hurts my
Never
feelings."
in a million years has he said that.
So she doesn't know. So he's never said, "That really hurts my feelings and goes to my heart and, makes me feel self-confident." And
I gotcha.
quite the opposite. And insecure and all that. Instead, he gets angry, blows up, and then it becomes this battle over a shirt.
Where she now is glad she said it, because now she's mad at him.
And she's made him react.
Right. So instead of going, "Wow, I'm sorry I said that to him," he's made her so mad that whatever it is that started, she's glad she did it.
Yeah, and now they're just battling. It doesn't even become about the tie or whatever, but ultimately he changes his tie and all this stuff. But if you guys, and this is just some advice, but because it's never happened to me, and I don't know if any of you chickaroos have had it ever happen where they actually stop down and say, "Wow, that really hurts my feelings." I'd feel humiliated for myself. I'd feel so bad.
Oh, I'm totally trying to think now. I'm racking my brains because I get my feelings hurt. I really do. But I'm trying to think of the last time I just looked at my wife and said, "Wow, that really hurt me."
Yeah, instead you react and it becomes a battle and it's a fight. And, where women, if you guys would say anything, we'd run off and cry and we'd call you guys verbally abusive.
I remember before I went to rehab, Gretchen called me a fat drunk. And I realized it was 11 in the morning and I was drunk and I was in my underwear and eating a lemon meringue pie with a ladle. So I really couldn't argue with her.
So she was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the last time she did anything like that. And when you're geezed at 11 in the morning on a Sunday eating a pie with a soup ladle, you really can't argue with the woman.
Or that's just a really good day. I'm not sure. Here's Stench. Oh, Stench.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of feelings hurt. It's a matter of principle. It's like, wait a minute, you can say this to me practically every day.
See, but can I tell you
but
one
I
thing?
can't say anything back to you.
No, you know what?
You're hurt.
No.
It does hurt your feelings.
No, you just get tired of hearing it. You're like,
No,
you know
no,
what?
wait. See, this is what the guy thing. This is I'm already mad at him now.
I know you are.
So here's the thing. Well, no. So you're telling me somebody verbally slamming you every day doesn't hurt your feelings after a while?
I'm eating chocolate right now.
See, he can't do it.
He's in denial.
His ego will
He is
not
in
let
denial.
him do it. His
No.
manly madness will not let him say, my feelings are hurt.
Nope, his manly feelings make him say,
It's a matter of principle.
John,
I can't say it to you, so you know
No,
what?
no, it's not. Wait, let's forget the pointing fingers, okay? Let's take that out of it. I understand what you're saying, but let's take that out of it. How does it make you feel, honestly?
It doesn't bother me.
Do you feel fat?
It doesn't bother you, so then why don't you just change clothes and not make an argument? If it really doesn't bother you, then just change clothes.
You know, honestly, what got to me last night was it was one of them long, fun days I was having. And after the long, fun day, sometimes you're just not in the mood to hear it. You know, sometimes you hear it rolls right off of you.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, I wasn't hearing anything that I wasn't going to retaliate to. I was in a freaking mood.
So now it's your fault?
So now when I hear it last night, it's like, you know what? You've been saying this. I've noticed lately. F you. Shut up.
Well, see, I would try, and I know this isn't in you, so I don't even know why I'm telling you, because I don't think you have it in you to say that really hurts my feelings, and despite what you think or whatever, it gets to me after a while, and it hurts my feelings. I think it'll just be like, oh.
It could be one of those things that builds up, where it doesn't really bother you the first time, 20 times you hear it, and then about 100, it's like, okay, now you're starting to bother me.
You know, when you look at your wife and you say, you know what? That really hurts my feelings. She's going to look for the pod that has replaced your real body.
Yeah. She's going to laugh.
No, she would not. She would not. No, it would make, if somebody tells you hurt their feelings, I think that you become this big. You know, you become the person that verbally assaulted somebody. You become a tiny little person.
Well, and her whole guys, by the way, anytime I ever have protested her saying something to me, it's all because of love. Yeah, your love sucks.
Yeah, but how you protest is...
How about some nice love?
I know lots of people that killed their spouses out of love.
Yeah, but you protest because we all know you, all loud and yelling back at her.
No, actually, I just kind of blow it off 90% of the time. It's when I'm in a mood, and then it like last night, it caught me because I just didn't want any drama. I didn't want to argue. I didn't want any crap. So I was on the defense from the get-go, and the second I heard anything, it was just, bah! Here we go.
But it is funny that if a woman over and over was told, you look fat, are you going to wear this, blah, 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 we'd go to our girlfriends and go, oh, my God, he's calling me fat, and oh, my God, I can't believe he said I shouldn't wear this. And we would
You'd
label...
leave.
Well, or we'd label you verbally abusive, and go to a shelter.
True. Totally true.
Can you go to a shelter because a guy said you shouldn't wear that?
No, there's they call it emotional abuse, emotional and verbal abuse.
But can you go there because he didn't like your outfit?
I'm not sure. Maybe. Or a bed and breakfast.
If a guy says to you 3 or 4 times, are you really going to wear that? You get to go to a shelter and we have to change our clothes?
I think so, yes.
I think something seems inequitable here.
And then the other thing is we get to bring it up later in life. One mean thing that you ever said to us, we get to bring it up over and over. Like,
True.
I can't believe you told me that. One day I was fat, blah, blah, blah. But because Stench is being told every day, he can't really come back today and go, you told me I was fat on Tuesday.
Yeah, you got to wait for the next one and then say you're injured.
What?
I feel personally
You've got to
wounded.
wait till the next time and then tell her you feel injured.
I'm going to a bed and breakfast.
I'm not kidding. I don't know if any guy has ever done it. Perhaps you can help Stench with this. Our phone number is 1-877-487-9999. Have any of you ever stopped down, looked at your girlfriend and wife, and said, instead of being combative like somebody on the phone, have you instead said, oh my God, that
I finally have one.
Okay. All right. So listen, Stench, you might actually learn something.
Shut up!
Oh, I got him. Okay, here's the deal. This is what we're talking about. First of all, we started out with the whole, how do you know when somebody really loves you? No, that wasn't it. It was the most in amazing way somebody has shown you that they love you.
Right. Started out talking about the $1 million on For Love or Money.
Right, which we were going to have her on here in a little bit, that Rachel. The way they showed you like that they really loved you. And then we moved on to how it's interesting, obviously you get married and the people that you marry, they either change or maybe it stays great forever. Who knows? But something that you thought was kind of cute before where she's, kind of slamming you and stuff, but it doesn't matter because she's giving you the booty.
Right.
That you just accept. Well, then all of a sudden you start getting torn down.
Right. Plus, you start getting less interested in the booty.
Right. So after a while, these women, and I've been one my own self, so not to point fingers, where we're slamming them and slamming them and slamming them, and we get the reaction we want because they react and we're looking for a fight.
Right.
And then we get exactly what we want. It's the confrontation, and then at the end we win and they change ties or whatever. And I suggested to somebody in the room, Shrek
Right.
2.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
kidding. I suggested to him, instead of reacting to the, are you going to wear that? And then he's screaming back and blah, blah, that he just stopped down. And for once, because no matter what he says, I'm sure at some point it hurts your feelings. And when a woman is over and over going, you're getting fat, blah, you just stop down as a man and go, you know what? That really hurts my feelings.
That's a completely reasonable thing to say.
Because I think as a woman, we're never told that by you guys because you never tell us about feelings. And so I think it would shock the holy bejesus out of her.
Would it be wrong to say, I'm feeling like having sex with your sister?
Does she have a sister?
No.
No,
I'm
see,
just
but
saying,
that-
in general, that's
'Cause
how,
I've said
that's
that.
the kind of feelings a guy has.
No, because you know what?
I actually said that, and her sister was living with us at the time.
That is the thing about him. He either has to make a joke about it or he has to argue about it, but he'll never go. But you know what? This is your dad's fault. It is.
I blame your dad, too.
It is. It's because
fruitcake.
y'all didn't say that you loved each other, right?
Yeah, but my mom doesn't either. My family's hard ass.
They don't say that they love you?
My mother,
Uh-huh.
in my life, I've probably seen my mother cry 5 times, and that's including deaths in the family. My mom is a rock. That is the baddest ass woman I've ever met in my life, and my dad is even more so.
See, we say that about my wife. My wife is just a hard ass. There's no throwing her. There's no shaking
No, but
her.
she shows her emotions too.
Right, absolutely.
The point is that I think that something weird, because y'all were taught be men and don't show emotion, and you know what I mean? Football players, yeah, you gotta be rugged, you gotta be a man. And so when she's slamming you, you gotta go into man mode. Hey, bitch, you won't talk to me like that. Why you? In this conversation, instead of going, you know what? Ouch.
It's because I know I can win the slam game.
But you haven't tried the emotion game.
But are you happy with the slam game?
No,
Because I'll win.
no, you won't.
As soon as I decide to play, I'll win the slam game.
You slam back and you win, but you're
Yeah.
wearing the damn outfit she told you to.
But I can't see anybody when you set it up like, he slams me and I slam him all the time, and I've been one my own self. Unless that worked for you, unless that's entertainment, why would anybody stay in that relationship for any length of time?
Everybody does, though. That's what we're talking about. Men won't stop down and say, that really hurts my feelings. Instead, that's where all the battles are derived from. Nobody says, hey, you know what? Easy, stop, that hurts.
Right, but-
Instead, it's like, you know what? Well, I'm tougher than you. Well, I'm tougher than you. Well, I'm fighting you, and I'm fighting you. I mean, it's like that in relationships. Instead of somebody just going, okay.
Here's what, and you know, like women never say what they really want, and you always have to guess, and there's that whole
Right.
thing. Here's what a man's really doing. When you're slamming a man and he's not saying anything, maybe that's your cue to knock it off.
Or maybe you could just tell her.
No, that's what's going on. Because when I don't reply to your slams and I just like, yeah, whatever, and just blow it off, that's when you need to shut up because it builds up, and then you're going to have the big conversation.
Is that when they
after
need
a
to
while.
shut up,
Yeah,
Stench?
they need to
Keith,
shut up when you're being
real
quiet.
fast, will you tell him as a guy?
Keith?
Okay.
Will
Go
you
ahead.
tell Stench as a guy what the deal is?
Hey, Stench, I'm telling you, Jamie is right. And you know what? Danny even gets it. And you're never going to be happy unless you get the woman. You have to be able to, they constantly challenge you on many levels to communicate with them. And all of the
And wash it right out of your life.
I was just
Remember
thinking
that
that.
song?
South Pacific.
Wash that. Anyway, all right. Men and emotions.
And do they have any?
Yes, the lost. I don't
Art?
know. I don't know what it is. It's like that a lot of you guys, I mean, there are those men, and we've discussed this, that have too much emotion, which you just want to run away from.
Hi.
Because, yeah, they cry way too much, and
Hi.
they're just like over the top emotional drama queens as men.
Hi.
And but those aren't what we're talking about today. We're
Right.
talking about the men that are taught to be manly men, put up that wall of steel, that wall of armor. I think it's derived from your parents not telling you they love you. Because Stench's mom and dad were both a little hardcore hard asses. I mean, mine were too, but they did wrap their arms around me and say that they love me.
And mine and my family, you just knew it. It was assumed, and there was no reason to think otherwise that they didn't. So
I remember.
I don't know. I think
not-
a couple times you thought your dad didn't love you.
Need not be said.
I remember I was like,
He loved to beat it right into us.
I was like 14, maybe 15 years old when I told my brother Anthony at some pivotal moment in our
Love is
lives
not hitting.
when my mom and dad were getting a divorce. I remember looking at Anthony and saying, you know, this should just be said, I love you. And he said, shut up. This is so uncomfortable.
That's not nice.
He was
That's
right. It was
not.
stupid to say. It was weird to say. It was a gimme. I love my brother.
Yeah, but so if it's a gimme, it's not. Anyway, that's a whole different open. We've done the show. It's, it shouldn't be that hard. If you can hit somebody to tell them that they did something wrong, you should also be able to tell them you love them.
Well, hitting Anthony would just be stupid.
No, I mean,
like
if
me
your
hitting
dad
Spence.
smacks you upside the head, tells you, yeah, son, you're blah, 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 you could also say that.
Absolutely.
Anyway, but going back to what we're talking about, men emotions, and Stench and I actually were talking about this yesterday too, how guys are so okay with unresolved issues. Mm-hmm. I break up with you, I want to know what happened, why, blah, 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 oh my gosh, don't hate me, all this stuff. Guys, break up with you, walk away, don't look back.
New girl.
Right. The other thing, and a couple of you have that in this room, which is you've had some, separation from family members. Me, it would drive me over the edge, and I'd do whatever it takes to try to get back the, love and respect and adoration of that particular family member. But men, walk away. Don't ever need to see them again.
It's better
A
that
family member?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like a brother or
Well,
sister?
because we actually touched on it yesterday. Yeah, because far more men will walk out on their children's lives.
Yes, but that's the one. And I said, I never get that. I don't know how that's possible.
Far more men will walk out on their children's lives than women.
Well, certainly. I would think the emotional connection of a woman who carried that child to term and delivered it is got to be some connection where you'd have to be almost like a Nazi to be able to
I
bear
still
walking
think
away from your child.
Well, both. In both cases, whether you adopted, whether you carried it, doesn't matter. You walked away from a child.
Right, I agree.
But guys, the unresolved issues, you guys can have all these unresolved things. I mean, and be okay and feel okay, I think.
It's just easier that way.
Well, is that it? So you put up the blockings again?
No, it's not even the blockings. Like when one of the divorces I've had, I just walked away. It was done. It was like, you know
Right.
what? This is done. Here's the reasons, this, and this. See ya.
Just walked away.
And I was gone. And I walked away and never looked back. And that was just over. And it was easier than going back. And you know what? I knew in the end, like a leopard doesn't change his spots. The things I don't like about you and you don't like about me are going to continue
Right.
on. It's just going to get worse.
Right.
I'm done.
And that would be fine because, and that is different because what you're saying is if that's true, then that means you had communication. You talked about the leopard, blah, blah, blah. You guys figured it out. Boom. That's great. But instead, it was you walked away and it was unresolved. And I will say that a lot of times, and that's why divorces get so ugly because the chick is stuck there with the unresolved issue. She was like, why? What did I do wrong? Oh, my God, I should have done this. I could have fixed this, blah, blah, blah. And so she's like clawing at anything to try to get some communication still. You know what I mean?
Right, I can see that. But usually at that point, all the communication's coming through lawyers and there's no emotion anymore.
Yeah,
It's
there's
just become
emotion that
violent.
she's without answers.
Right, but I mean, when it gets too far, I think anger takes over everything.
Yeah, but don't you see that the nicer, if there is such a word, divorces are the couple that figured out together that their spots are different or whatever
Absolutely.
you said.
Yeah.
He said a leopard. I've always gone
Right.
with a zebra.
Instead of the guy that walked away and the chick is sitting there going, wait a minute. And then she retaliates with the lawyer stuff. But going back to why we were talking about this, and that is that we want Stench to reach into the inner Stench, and when his wife verbally abuses him about his ugly ass wardrobe.
Right?
And being fat and having messed up hair.
I have questions about that.
All right.
So you're taking it as a given, as a truth of the universe, that there is, in fact, an inner Stench. You cannot accept his statement that he's not hurt, that he's just mad. That's not a possibility in this conversation.
I'll tell you why I don't accept it is because he's reacted to it so much that I think it is hurting his feelings. And the only way he knows how to react when his feelings get hurt is through anger.
See, this is where I thought you would see it. Because you, like me, are a principle person.
Right?
You will go to extreme measures on a principle. Like, this is the principle of this,
Right.
and period.
Right.
But
And I hear it, and it really doesn't bother me. But I hear it over and over and over, and then one day I just think, snap. If I was going to go off on you, the principle is, I can't do this to you. I'm not going to let you do it to me. And then I just go nuts.
And I understand your principle. I do. I get it. And it's not right. And I absolutely agree with that because you
get that
can't say
part
that
too.
to women. But I will say if somebody is verbally insulting me, the person I love is verbally insulting me every single day.
And swearing they do it for love.
It's hurting my feelings. No, I mean, that's why I don't.
But until I'm talked out of it, I'm going with Stench's feelings aren't hurt. He's mad.
I think he's mad for why.
I don't know why.
What's he mad about?
Well, there's the guy.
Is he
there's
mad
your
at the
material
is he-
witness right
I
there.
know, but he's saying it's the principal. Is he really mad because it is the principal?
I'm not positive why he's mad. I'm not convinced that his emotions are hurt, that his feelings are hurt.
Because he's saying he's mad because it's a principal. Well, I can't say that to you. How about nobody say it to each other? There's a plan.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's a perfect world right there.
All
That
right,
would be
But
good.
Stench is a different person. I mean, Stench is one of the more unique people I have ever met.
Oh, I agree.
You should start drinking again.
What, do you think you're run of the mill? I got to tell you that I've
just
seen
a
you do
regular
things that...
guy.
All right, let's take some phone calls, you guys. Here's Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
Hello.
Hi.
I tried talking to my wife and telling her what was wrong and that I was hurt. And I got the wonderful, you're trying to make me feel guilty, therefore you're being verbally abusive, passive-aggressive, and pretty soon I was responsible for all the ill in the entire world.
You know what's going
I've
to come
been
out
there.
of this?
Well,
You know
that
what's
is
going to
true.
come out of this? That chicks just suck and they're mean.
Yep.
That's what's going to come out of
Well,
this.
y'all keep coming back for more, don't you?
Yes, we do, because you've got the trump card.
Here's Mark. Hi, Mark.
Hey guys,
Not all of us
Hi.
come back.
how you doing?
We're good. How are you?
Doing great,
Good.
mate. Listen, I got to say, I've got feelings, and the first time my wife ever did this to me, we've been married for 5 months. We're going to Vegas. I wanted to look really sharp, and she tore the shirt off my back, screaming at me.
I thought he said, oh my God. She actually tore the shirt.
off his back.
Yeah, and I started crying right there, right? Because I just was shocked. This is my new wife of 5 months. And I'm like, what are you doing? This is just insane behavior.
You know what? I'm sorry. For a moment, I thought you were Australian, but now I know you're from Worcesville.
You
My
started
God.
crying?
I cried, man, because, I'd never had anyone do this to me before.
It better have been a really nice shirt.
Kind of humiliating, though.
That is kinda
it was
humiliating.
and
You don't cry.
She tore
I
it.
kind of said, well, why are you doing this? I tried to play the good guy, the consultative new husband. She's just evil, and she continues to do that today.
She
And
didn't
so
feel
I'm
bad
kinda
that you
like,
wept over a shirt? She didn't feel bad?
Shirts are replaceable, but the feelings are not.
So are her teeth.
I'm like Stench, man. You gotta stick up for yourself. You gotta stick up for yourself, dude.
Wait, but I need to
Yeah.
know something, Mark. So she didn't feel bad. You started crying and she didn't go, oh my God, wow.
so
She
sorry.
did not feel bad. She was like the previous caller. She thinks that I'm playing emotional blackmail with her.
Wow.
You're
What's
cold and
up
heartless.
with your gender?
Oh, you women.
Wow, I
You're-
feel really bad.
You
if
guys
started-
suck.
Well, first of all, I wouldn't tear a shirt off of a man unless we were having sex.
Here, watch this. I'm climbing through